In the quiet, seemingly ordinary suburb of Cooper Avenue, London, something deeply unsettling once stirred, a tale that has become whispered legend among locals and paranormal enthusiasts alike. It was the year 1969 when a young family, full of hope and ambition, moved into a modest house on the avenue, completely unaware that they were stepping straight into the jaws of a chilling nightmare. From the very first night, the house exuded an unnatural stillness, almost like it was holding its breath. The parents chalked it up to nerves, to the stress of moving, to the creaks and groans of an old London home, until their 4-year-old son began to change. He grew distant, distracted, and terrified of his own bedroom. When pressed, the boy whispered, something that turned their blood cold. "The lady told me to get out." At first, they thought it was imagination, but then came the dog, the usually playful family pet who now growled at corners, barked violently at the empty doorway of the boy's room, and outright refused to enter it. Doors slammed on their own. Cold spots clung to the hallway. The boy began sleepwalking, always to the same corner of the house, and speaking to thin air, telling his invisible friend he was sorry, that he didn't mean to be here. Neighbors later admitted, nervously, that the house had stood empty for years before, and that no one lasted long. One old woman swore she'd seen a pale, white figure in the upstairs window long before the family arrived, a figure in Victorian dress, standing silently, watching. As weeks passed, the entity seemed to grow more hostile. Objects were thrown, whispers filled the night, and the boy was pushed down the stairs, found at the bottom sobbing, saying she's angry now. The parents, desperate and shaken to the core, begged the council to move them. They couldn't sleep, couldn't breathe, and feared for their child's safety. Eventually, they were granted emergency but the nightmare didn't end there. Locals claimed the white lady never left, that to this day, the house remains empty more often than not, with tenants coming and going, always leaving under strange circumstances. Paranormal investigators have reported spikes in bizarre cold drafts and sightings of a tall, pale woman who vanishes when approached. Some even say you can still hear the echo of a small boy's voice, pleading in the dark, "Please let me stay." And so, Cooper Avenue remains a quiet street with a dark secret, one of London's most unnerving, largely unknown ghost stories, a tale of a house that doesn't just haunt, but repels, a spirit not looking for peace, but possession. If you're ever in Walthamstow, maybe take a stroll down Cooper Avenue, but whatever you do, don't stop outside that house. And definitely, absolutely, never look up at the upstairs window, because if you see her, she's already seen you.